All right. Welcome to, it's Thursday special coach show. I'm your host, Chuck Banks. And tonight you're in for a treat again, man. I tell you, it's always good to talk, football, but more importantly, it's always good to talk football with a fellow Centervillian, man. This past week, you learned quite a bit. I'm guessing lots of game film, right?
Yeah, it was a great week. I mean, I know everybody wants to win and all that good stuff, but I thought it was a great week for our kids. We learned so much about this particular group. It was just in that game, every single thing that you could probably go by in a game that you need to work on throughout the year. We almost got it right out of the chute, and you wouldn't have got that in a 30-play scrimmage. So we're tickled that we got to play it. We're tickled with thanks to Creston for coming down and playing, and we got a lot of stuff on film that we could correct. A lot of things that we thought were pretty good, but you always see that growth between game one and game two. So hopefully we can see that this week.
I tell you, Creston is a lot better than they were last year. Just, oh my goodness.
Okay, we didn't get to see him during the regular season or anything, but I'm assuming for watching them play and watching how much athletic ability they have and the skill players that they have, I believe you.
And looking at your dudes, man, the running back ran hard.
Yeah,
my God. Let's talk offense. 490 yards passing.
Yeah, it was. It got into the game and kind of dictates on what the other team is doing a little bit, and Creston wanted to play a certain way on defense and kind of load up a little bit, and they had a lot of guys in the box. They had a lot of stunting, a lot of moving around. So our running game wasn't as good as we were hoping it to be, but when you get outnumbered and you put our guys in a one-on-one situation out on the perimeter. You got to take advantage, and I don't mind putting the ball in Mac's hands and making those calls and making those decisions. So when you get into those types of things, that's what kind of game you're going to get into, and that's kind of how that was dictated throughout the night. As man, we're going to have to be able to move the ball. We're going to have to put it in the air, and we did. We definitely don't want to do that. That's not something that we hang our hat on, is throwing it 56 times. But the way teams are going to play us, it's interesting to see how you're going to play us. So if we get into that situation, we feel confident that we could be able to move the ball and score some points.
Well, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm gonna cover the receivers. That kid's got a cannon, man.
Yeah, he puts us in it. He puts some balls that wow us sometimes. And we had a couple athletic plays out there on the perimeter too that made some athletic catches, made some big plays in that situation. So, like I said, we feel comfortable with the ball in his hands. If it comes to where we have to throw it to move it, then we'll do that. And at the end of the day, we dropped back 56 times, and he didn't get. I don't know if there was an actual recorded sack.
Yeah.
But when you drop back 56 times and not have an actual sack, or not multiple, I know that there might have been one or two that I've missed, but he was fairly clean most of the evening.
Dude, it kind of reminded me of like Iowa State versus Kansas.
Yeah. It was an old-fashioned Big 12 game. I mean, there was plenty of explosives, there was plenty of big plays, there was plenty of chunk plays, like I said. So it was an old-fashioned Big 12 game where, it was going to be somebody's going to have made a mistake in special teams, which we did. Somebody's going to have a big play on defense. They did, and at the end of the day, that was kind of probably the difference in the ball game.
I've never seen a no-look onside kick ever in my life.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it when it happened, but after you saw that on Iowa football, there, that was, and that's another weapon that they have is that young man being able to kick field goals and put the ball where they want in the kickoff game, and that's a weapon. And those weapons nobody ever thinks about them. It kind of goes unnoticed. When we had Trent McCann years ago, it was he was a weapon, man. When you have a kid that can kick it into the end zone, the defense starts on the 20. And you could set up a nice kickoff team and start your defense on the 30 and in. That it's tough for high school football teams to go the length of the field. It don't matter how good you are. It's tough to go at 70 plus yards and get a drive together and stick it in. So he very nice kid, very good kid.
And our high school Iowa football coming down there, that was pretty damn cool, man.
Yeah, they did that last year up at PCM, and the kids got a kick out of it. And what a great group of guys, man. They do a whale of a job of excuse me, what they do and how they get out on social media and how they promote Iowa football, man. That's great. It's great to have them in town. It was great they decided to come down and do what they do. So we definitely take advantage of that and appreciate their time.
I bet you see him again before the end of the year, but that's just me. You know, kind of looking ahead this week. I don't know whether you guys got good film on Knoxville. You know, you're heading up there to Tom Wilson Field, or no, is it Tom Wilson Field? Randy Wilson. Did you know Randy was my PE teacher when I was in like I don't know, 3rd grade?
Did you know Randy Wilson went to the University of Oklahoma?
I did not. Oh,
he went to the and an Olympian. And he went to the All-American at Oklahoma. Obviously, an Olympian, Olympic athlete, track runner. Every time I seen him, he gives me a boomer. I give him a Sooner. So, yeah, I know Randy really well, and what a tremendous that guy is for in what he does for track and what he's done for in that sport is unreal.
And you know, he owns a lot of what do you call it? I can't think of the word right now, but you know, he's an inventor.
Is he really?
Yeah,
he patents stuff.
Yeah, he was patenting things. You know, back in the 90s or you know, late 80s, early 90s.
Oh, he went to a great institution, Chuck. I mean, when you go to the University of Oklahoma, there are no dummies that go there. I mean, it's an institution of higher learning.
I don't know, man. Did Boz actually go to class? You know, well, that's the question.
Well, now come on, now we're getting a little bit crazy there, but I know. He didn't need to. He didn't need to.
Well, I bet you he went to class more than the University of Miami went to class. You know, when they were good.
That might be a flip of a coin.
So, are you actually okay? So you're playing at Randy Wilson Field.
Yeah.
Is that a new stadium? So because I remember the old one, right?
Sure. It's the first time we've ever been up there and played on that particular field. I think they've been there a couple years now. I think they've moved from the old Kenlock Stadium, which was an awesome stadium to play in. That's where, that was where when I was 25 years ago, that's where we played. And that facility was always awesome to play in that bowl. And what a great football stadium that was. But excited to play at a new venue and excited to play up on a turf again. And so we'll see what happens.
What's up with all these schools getting turf? And then they always get turf when I leave. So I'm guessing Centerville will get turf in a year.
I don't know, but it sure is. I'll tell you what, it's one thing that we've done here in Centerville the right way is go with the turf, because I know when you get an old fashioned toad strangler and it's raining and everything, and we can still practice, and there's other teams that have to go inside. It's been really good for us. We appreciate it. I mean, that's every day we go out there and the weather's bad. We appreciate being on that field.
And I think you guys have pretty doggone good drainage, right?
You wouldn't even know. No.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's great. You wouldn't even, I mean, it's been great. Like I said, you wouldn't even know that it's rained there. It could rain a foot and you wouldn't even know.
That's crazy, man. Because I remember back in the old days, it was like a mosh pit, man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And the other thing is I would have to mow it and mark it. And the manpower that we spent of getting a game ready for Friday night and throughout the week, you're worrying about the grass. You're worrying about the length of the grass. You're worrying about are the line straight. Man, that taking that stress off of the coaches and the janitorial staff of the people that work on that field, as again, like I said, it's awesome.
And it was real soft, but I tell you, the black's super hot in the summer. Now, I'm sure that you watched some film. You're ready for this game. I think last year it was 56-21. If I read right. Okay. Who do they have coming back from that squad? Do you think that you kind of have circled? Yeah,
it's particular individually. We're not really, I'm not so much looking at some of the individuals because it's a new staff. It's a brand new program for the most part up there. So I don't know how much individually I can give you who we're looking at or what we're doing, because we are coming in fairly blind of them not having a game that's on film. So we just got to stick to our rules, and we still got to understand the scheme. No matter, I think one thing that we do great down here is we try our best not to analyze everything and try to keep it simple so the kids can play hard, they can play fast and play forward. So we're just going to go try to do our stuff and see what they see in front of us. We've kind of got maybe an idea of what we might see, both offensively and defensively. But at the end of the day, man, these bugs are crazy. At the end of the day,
we'll bug problem.
Oh, it's these gnats. At the end of the day, like I said, we're going to try to play our game and see what happens and find a way to score one more point than them.
Absolutely. And, it's, football is a finicky game, man, sometimes. But I don't think you're going to have any problems. Coach Banks says that you're going to win by, 5 touchdowns.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I said it.
No, don't say it.
Okay,
don't
I won't say it.
Like I said, one thing that we've really thought about, and myself and I was telling, I can't remember who now in one of these other interviews, but I was like, I have to do some professional development, teacher term for you, Chuck, professional development on our own staff and our own kids as a head coach, because we've now went 3 straight games now of being up double digits, 2 or more scores and losing the ball game. So we've got to find a way of figuring that out. And against 3 quality opponents in PCM, Meepo, and now Creston, and being up by 2 touchdowns against those teams, and at the end of the fourth quarter, not coming away with a win is concerning. It's something that I need to be a bit better at as a coach, and understanding when to put the foot down and when how to handle playing with a lead, and to get across the attitude and the maturity to our kids that the game is never in doubt. I don't think that's happened, but it's just, we have to figure out a way to win ball games when we're winning the game in the very beginning. And I think a lot of that comes with, with some of that conditioning portion of it, of being where we need to be. We're not where we need to be. We weren't that way last Friday. So it's a work in progress. We're trying to figure out ways that if hopefully you're in those situations, right? At the end of the day, hopefully you get into those situations where you do have to keep a lead. And we'll see as we move throughout the year, we have to do a better job of that. We've got to win those games that we're winning.
Oh, 100%. And I was just joking about that I was just joking about, the professional development and, as far as 5 touchdowns, sometimes I put my rear end in my mouth. I'm sorry.
No, at the end of the day, there's no way we can go in to any team that we play 100%. And think that we're going to be, I don't care what BC Moore says. I don't care what Vegas says. I don't care what that type of stuff is just out there. That's for them to look at, and for other people other than my team and our staff to look at, because there's no way we're good enough to go into any team and walk into any game and think that we're going to come out and win by that amount. That's silly to do. That's silly to say. And there's no way we ever think about that. We can't have that mentality. And we just got to figure out a way to do what we do well and do it for 4 quarters.
And control it, right? That's your important part. Have you been getting any sleep this week?
I don't get a lot of sleep anyway, but
is that why you're so grouchy?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
That would. It's I don't. There's a lot of, I'll tell you what. It's really interesting, Chuck, to see how this team grows. Last year at this time, we talked about it as a staff, and I mentioned to people there was just something about that team that had the it factor, and I have no clue what that was, but they were together. They were a team. They fought for each other. This team has been kind of put behind the 8 ball from the get-go, right? So you come. We've got 4 brand new kids that just kind of got into the program because of situations out of our hands, and trying to have them navigate through, where and how you're going to play them has been challenging. 24 hours before the first game, you get somebody that tells me that I can't play a kid that's been working out with us. So, that's been a part of this team and was going to be voted a captain and did everything right that it needed to be done. And then you just throw, no, we can't play. And then you throw that in there. So this team's been through a lot of muck the last couple of weeks. So I'm really interested to see this team, how they mature, how they grow, what kind of leadership do we have on the upperclassmen side when it comes to captains, seniors, that kind of thing, to see how we move forward. Because last year's team, they just had a certain
edge to moxie, it. Right?
They did. They had a hell of a. They had a lot of that. They didn't blink. They got after it. They got after it in practice. This team just doesn't have that yet. and we're trying to navigate. I don't blame them for not having it yet because it's awkward. It's awkward when 4 guys move in the week of or not move in, but come to your school a week, 2 weeks before, the first game. And you're trying to navigate that, going through that. How does that handle? It's awkward for the kids. They got to build relationships. They've got to build trust in each other. And we just haven't had that time to build that kind of trust, whether it be on the O-line or as a defensive group or in an individual group. We've got to build that trust within the program with those kids, with the current kids, with the staff. And we're working on it. We're like I said, it's every day is a new day, and we're trying to get better at that. And it's interesting to see as we move forward how this group gels together and comes together as a team, because there's talent. There's no doubt we have it. We just got to find a way to bring it all together and find a way to on Friday night put it together and win a ball game.
Well, if anybody can do it, Matt freaking Kovacevich can do it. And I've seen your coaching style, man. Hell, if I had a year of eligibility left, I might play water boy for you. But unfortunately,
we always need student managers.
Okay, yeah. I like that. That was kind of a John Banks dig, but I'll take it.
We always need guys. We always need guys to help out. That's part of the. We make that a priority. Those guys that do. I tell you what, we have good ones now. But we always need the extra hands, and like I said, it's always those guys get a kick out of doing it, and we make it fun for them.
Absolutely. Now, good luck this week. Obviously, that the doghouse is going to be rooting for you the whole time, right?
Sure.
I definitely want one of those hats on your head.
Actually, Chuck, I got some swag for you. It just came in. Got it from Keenan at Danco. I got another case of these puppies coming in, hats. I got some shorts for you. I got some dog pound stuff I'll give you next time I see you. No doubt.
You are the freaking dude.
I'll tell you what, no matter how bad, I tell my staff all the time, and they always they love it. Yeah. But no matter how bad a product we'll put out there, the coaches are going to be in some good gear. I'll guarantee you that.
Yes.
We'll guarantee you that.
Well, I think you got great product, man. I'm not, you know what I mean, anything
sure.
like that. And I very much appreciate it. Coach, next week, if Wednesdays doesn't work, Thursdays are great.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll be honest with you. I was good last night until I thought about 5 o'clock. I'm like, I've got meet your teacher night for my 4-year-old and preschool.
Well, you got to go to that.
And I wasn't going to miss that because speaking of the dog pound, I would have been in the dog house.
Yeah.
So
you wouldn't even been in the doghouse, man. You would have been where they dump the crap.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't have been in a house. I'll tell you that right now. So it was, I had to do those obligations, and it was fun going to that and see her go to, I got one leaving and one coming in. So it was, it's going to be fun watching her kind of grow up and navigate through school because she's on reason.
And when she gets older, I'm not going to fast forward too fast, but when she gets older, I'm sure Dad's going to cry like a baby, just like he cried earlier.
Oh, absolutely. I told my wife Tara, I said, well, she's just going to go to Hills for 8 years or however long it takes. So I don't have to go take her anywhere. She's going to stay in town because I can't handle those days much longer like I had to do up at Ames. So it was fun. Like I said, it's fun to see him grow up. But she's ornery like her dad. So she was just down here a little bit ago, but I think
she's as ornery as you are.
Oh gosh, yes, and it's not even close. It's a handful. Centerville schools are going to be in a handful in the upcoming years. I'm just telling you.
There they go, man. All right, so stay on the line here. Tonight's podcast or the Coach Show was brought to you by Wondra Chiropractic and Acupuncture. Check out the website and also Turn 2 Workshop. Also, the website's up, baby. It's Coaching Culture in Athletics broadcastnetwork.com. I don't know why I forgot the N, athletics, but so it's Coaching Culture in Athletics broadcast is what that is. So check that out. Be sure to check out. I know, is your game going to be televised by, is it going to be Go Knoxville? Or is it going to be Go Pitch?
Both.
Both.
And both. If you don't like watching it on streaming, it's on Go Pitch, Go Knoxville, and then it's on KCOG, the new radio station we have here in town, 103.9 The Legend. So Mike Miller and Brent Oden will be on the call on the radio. and then you got Silver Voice there, Mayor Mike on the call with Go Pitch, and then you have awesome Dwayne Cook with Go Knoxville. He does an awesome job at there. So you got 3 chances to be able to get on a computer or get on a radio to listen to the ball game.
That's phenomenal.